where they were and stuff, so they start calling for more oxygen and stuff. Not just the muscles in your legs, but your total body starts calling for more oxygen as you're expending the energy. So, that's the deconditioning factor.
I see.
But it comes back after training
Okay.
and puking and all the good stuff.
So
Breathing.
staying in shape is really like holding a muscle. It's
Yeah.
hard. If you fall back on it, then you lose a lot of it.
Yeah, then you come back. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
always start at the beginning and move forward.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So got a lot of stuff we need to talk about today.
Good.
Russell Simmons,
Oh, I heard that name.
Def Jam former owner of Def Jam Records. He has been accused by 9 women of
Nine
of rape. A couple of them of rape, and a couple others of sexual misconduct. And he has vehemently denied.
Big.
Denied that he has raped any of them. As a matter of fact, do you know how those women started that Me Too? For that rape campaign where everybody would on social media wrote Me Too. Well, he started a social media campaign called Not Me because he is not guilty of what those women are accusing him of doing. Wow. He says raping or treating women like that goes against every fiber of his being. So he does not feel that he should be scrutinized or should be under attack for it. However, as these allegations have come forward, the NYPD is now investigating Russell Simmons.
Hey, that's such a tricky world we live in,
Mm-hmm.
If an accusation is made against you by people, now you get to be investigated by all these people to prove your innocence when the Constitution clearly states innocent until proven guilty.
Clearly.
Yeah, and it's like, what's up with that? And what do these people think they're going to really get out of this? I know they're going after these big multi-millionaire, billionaire type of people and stuff like that.
Yep.
And I don't know whether he's a sexual predator or not. I have no idea how many sexual predators are out there or what kind of people that, not just me, but it's like looking at the way civilization is now, I don't know what anybody's like.
Not only that, these men are targets, and the good thing about being and the opportunistic would accuse him because they know that if they get the court of public opinion on their side, they can sue them for damages, sue them for money. Even if they're found not guilty, they can sue them in civil court and try to get some money for the accusations. So Russell Simmons is the newest or one of the latest that has been accused, even though he has already stepped down from his companies following a sexual assault thing. Now, the difference between him and a lot of these other accusers are these women have come forward and they have named their names. They are not hiding. They are not anonymous. And they are forthcoming with their stories. The New York Police Department has opened an investigation into Russell Simmons based on media reports of multiple women coming forward to accuse the music mogul of sexual misconduct, including rape. A law enforcement source with knowledge of the investigation said. Now, one of the things that Russell Simmons, it could be in hot water over, even if it wasn't rape, was one woman accused him of rape in 1991. Russell Simmons said, I remember that night differently than that woman remembered, which is fine. Mm-hmm. Maybe no rape. The problem is, the kicker is, she was 17 years old in 1991. So he might be in trouble regardless.
Yeah, for statutory rape,
yep.
child endangerment, and all kinds of things.
Now, is there a statute of limitations on statutory rape?
I don't think there's a statute of limitation on rape at all.
Oh, there is.
Yeah.
Like you can't. I know in like Massachusetts, I believe it's 16 years. You can't accuse someone of raping you if you didn't come forward within time. Now they might be looking to get rid of that now, but there is a statute of limitations on rape.
Why do you want to put all that energy forward, please?
Worcester Daily News reported that furious about Russell Simmons denying rape allegations against him, Kelly Coutron has come forward to say that Russell Simmons attempted to rape her in 1991. So that is the one. Yep. So she is the one that must have or may have been 17 years old at the time.
Ah,
But there are other women who's come forward too to accuse him of actual rape and sexual misconduct. So
all right.
I don't know. What are your thoughts about it?
My thoughts are if you're gonna, if you're gonna go into a world that the glamorous glorification of all these type of things and the body image is so important and stuff and the nightlife image and the whole party scene is a part of your world. It's not just something that you do within the world. This is part of your whole world. This is part of your marketing scheme. This is part of everything. You should get yourself a big old bodyguard to stand next to you and protect you from these type of allegations that'll be coming forward. Whether they're true or not, I can't comment on whether they're true or not. I don't know. But you can do something about it. If you're going into that world of Hollywood and Tinseltown and all that make-believe and music and all that nightlife and neon lights and drugs and alcohol and sex and orgies and all these things, if you don't want to get caught up in the mess, protect yourself when you go in there.
Yep.
Because it sounds like this first one, like the word attempt is what I'm addressing right here. She said attempted to rape me. What does that mean? I said no, and he kissed me twice after that before he stopped. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't like it. So is that an attempt? I suppose so. And not he punched me in the face, tore my clothes all off my body and everything, and then stopped. That an attempt? Yeah. So you need to protect yourself. Don't put yourself in situations like that. It's not worth it.
So in New York, the statute of limitations of rape there is none.
Ah,
So you can, even if it happened in 1991, you can still find justice for someone who has been raped.
yeah. And if you did do this type of actions and stuff, hopefully that you get prosecuted to the full extent of the law, just like the lowliest person on the planet would get prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Nobody should be above the law when it comes to any kind of issues with the law. So if you did do this and you're found guilty, hopefully you get whatever fits the penalty.
Right. So Massachusetts needs to join New York on this law because Massachusetts, for robbery, there is a 10-year limit, and for rape charges a 16-year statute of limitations limit. So if you rape someone and you don't come forward, if you've been raped and you don't come forward within 16 years, then you cannot get justice in the state of Massachusetts.
Well, that's too bad. I don't understand. I can't even think about what it's like for a woman to be raped and all the embarrassment I guess they go through. But that seems to be some of this embarrassment because of the internet is going away. I would think the way some people present themselves on the internet and stuff, it's like people really don't care about what people say about them.
Well, I don't think it's going away at all. I think the damage is still very real when it comes to men and accusations because now it's the second you're accused. Russell Simmons had to step down from all of his businesses.
Oh, yeah.
Not because he's guilty, but because in the court of public opinion he's guilty, and sponsors want nothing to do with that. They feel like you're hurting their business, you hurt money as soon as you are accused. So true, you can be accused right now, and it could hurt Archangel a return to chivalry just because you get accused.
Yeah. And I would vehemently deny it.
That's very scary, though. But even in denial, Russell Simmons denied it, and he still had to step down. That's how scary it is to be accused now. Yeah. So, for me, I would be one of the people that would say "not me" as well. Have the "not me" hashtag that Russell Simmons has. Yeah. But at the end of the day, man, it hurts your businesses, it hurts your family, it hurts everything. So
yeah, at the end of the day, it's like I'm really too lazy to go on and do stuff like that.
Yep. One of Russell Simmons' accusers, Sherry Hines, told the Daily News that officers tried to contact her Thursday morning. They just let me know that they needed to talk to me about the Simmons allegations, Hines said. So they are. So some of the accusers are even talking to Worcester Daily News about the accusations against Russell Simmons. To me, like I said, it's very scary. I could be accused today and never be able to do Truth in the AM anymore, or expect Truth in the AM to become anything big ever. Then what?
I hope I don't think this is really going to last that long. I don't think so. I think that the point is made that be a gentleman if you're going to be a gentleman. Take precautions if you're going to take precautions and stuff. I think there's still what's going to happen is we're going to see women that are going to come forward that are going to try to take their shot at making fame and money and everything with the allegations like this here, and that's going to start to put a damper on everything because there's too many people coming forward and there's no real. We've had how many convictions? One?
Yep. No, and I want to think that the innocent until proven guilty will prevail, even though it's not prevailing right now.
Yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. It's going to come to the real deal. You're innocent until proven guilty. And then, so far men haven't been saying anything. It's all women.
Yep.
It's all women saying these things, and one homosexual incident.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So, in stories published Wednesday, 9 women accused the media mogul of sexual harassment and assault in incidents alleged to have occurred over decades. 4 of those women, Drew Dixon, Tony Saley, Tina Baker, and Sherry Hines, accused Simmons of rape, not of misconduct, of actual rape. CNN's policy is not to name victims of sexual assault or rape unless they make their names public, and these women have decided to make their names public. The NYPD does not need an actual complaint to investigate, so they opened their investigation without being approached by any of the victims to the NYPD.
Hey, well, it needs to be investigated because a complaint's been filed, but he's already been tried and convicted in the court of public opinion, so his penalties he's paying for their accusations already. Mm-hmm. But what happens if he's found not guilty and found that this here really didn't take place?
He should be able to sue them all for damages.
Yeah, but do they have anything?
Right, and how do you repair those types of damages?
Yeah.
In a statement to CNN, Simmons denies the allegations. These horrific accusations have shocked me to my core, and all of my relations have been consensual, he said. I am blessed to have shared extraordinary relationships, whether through work or love, with many great women, and I have enormous respect for the women's movement worldwide and their struggle for respect, dignity, equality, and power, he said in a statement. I am devastated by any reason I may have given to anyone to say or think of me in the ways that are currently being described. On Thursday, Simmons posted a photo on his official Instagram account showing the words, "Not me." Today, I begin to properly defend myself, the caption read. I will prove without any doubt that I am innocent of all rape charges. Simmons has not been criminally charged.
Yeah, well, he came forward with a loud thing, and he particularly said, I really enjoy having sex with numerous amount of women. Mm-hmm. And I guess they must have known he's a player.
Yes.
It's like, for the women, it's like, why go in that world too, It's like, if you want to go in that world, prepare yourself for a whole lot of mess. And if you're going to go in there, prepare yourself to be on the defense going in there. It doesn't seem to be all that fine of a place to be.
Right. Worcester Daily News is reporting that on December 13th, PBS suspended distribution of Tavish Smiley's nightly show following an investigation into multiple credible allegations of sexual misconduct.
Not Tavish Smiley's on there?
Tavish Smiley is also being accused, and his show has been suspended by PBS. Here's the thing. 90% of all of these accusations have been on the left side, the Democratic side, and the liberal side.
Yeah.
Russell Simmons is a big supporter of the women's movement. Tavis Smiley is a big supporter of the women's movement.
Yeah.
And it's even more shocking that these men, you would think it would be more Republicans being accused. Some have, but for the most part, it's like I said, 90% of the accusations have been against men who claim their support for women, starting with Harvey Weinstein. He was one of them that also, yes, he is. He was one of them that also was very supportive of the women's movement. He even worked with Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama, who are also big supporters of women. And we also can't forget Hillary Clinton's husband, the Don DeMarco of all rape accusations, Bill Clinton. This is insane.
Yeah, this is hard to even talk about actually, because people put so much store on that, and then you know, I'm not blaming victims or any of those things like this, but if you know, women are just walking around in yoga pants all the time, you know, and you know, and not just in the gym, in the grocery store. And pajamas. They go to the store in pajamas and what? So guys look.
Yep.
And the TV stations and all the Netflix things and stuff. There's no imagination on whether it's a bedroom scene or not anymore. It's like, get the lights in there. Let's have close-ups of all this action and stuff that's going on in the bedroom scene. So you're getting flooded and inundated with a whole lot of sexual type of things going on.
Irrelevant.
We can say irrelevant all you want, but people aren't but just people. Some people, like this guy here, I've slept with millions of girls. Give me a big sticker on top of my head that I'm a big player and I did this here.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because I got a lot of money and I was able to do this. Is what it boils down to.
I would agree with your statement if these women came forward and said men were looking at me as I was walking by. If they were saying, "Oh, look at all these men looking at me," then I would agree with your statement completely. The sexual misconduct and rape, it doesn't matter what a woman wears. They could wear all the spandex in the world. That does not give you the right to sexually assault them.
No, I ain't saying to give you the right to sexually assault them. But if a woman's dressed in a business suit or a business attire, she's going to work and she's got this business thing on, they're gonna call her the Iron Maiden.
I don't know.
They ain't even gonna bother.
I've seen women in Muslim garb that I said, she looks good. Look at them eyes. I'm a man, and it's just how men are.
That's what I'm saying. So somebody's coming by.
It don't matter what they're wearing.
It does matter what if you're dressed in a business type of suit as opposed to dressed in a yoga pants and a tight fitting shirt and stuff with the cleavage just running down to your belly button and stuff. Come on, the guy's going, whoa, look at that.
I've done that to women in scrubs.
Probably does. Scrubs is another one. Scrubs is it's kind of a loose material and stuff.
Yep, it ain't tight like spandex.
Yeah, but it ain't tight like spandex, but it's loosely fitting and it does fit more closely to the curvature. Now, I'm not saying women shouldn't be trying to show off what they work so hard to have and stuff, but take precautions. Especially you guys. If you see a woman and she looks very attractive, appreciate the view and move on.
What's the Daily News says that Bill Clinton, we should stone him. Bill Clinton should be stoned. We should stone Bill Clinton, and I agree. He should be stoned. Yes, he should be.
I don't know about stoning and stuff, but I mean, how come nobody's assaulted Hillary?
Well,
what's up with that?
Well, Hillary's not as young as she used to be, but
these things took place when Hillary was a little bit younger.
But men, just because
how come nobody went after Condoleezza Rice? Afraid, huh? Condoleezza's gonna knock him out. You'll see Condoleezza Rice, and she was out jogging every morning with her with a little stuff on, jogging with her security guards in Washington and doing her physical fitness and all this. Then she put on her business attire.
Yep.
Go take care of business. Tell Colin Powell. Tell who was defense secretary? Watch you two little boys just shut up and sit up.
Right.
You know, nobody bothering her. They weren't bothering Susan Rice either. How come they weren't bothering Susan Rice, you know?
Well, I'm
good.
not sure about,
Very
I have to look up Susan Rice, but I know Condoleezza Rice had the face of a barracuda. That's why people would leave Condoleezza Rice alone.
I thought Condoleezza Rice was attractive myself. I thought she was very attractive actually.
Let me look this up real quick and let me see how Condoleezza's face was. No. She looked like a snapping turtle.
No, I think Condoleezza Rice is really.
No, she wasn't ugly or anything like that. She was. I mean, true.
She's attractive.
Maybe because she looks older. I don't know, but no.
But you know what she looks? She looks like I'm here for business, and if one of you fools get it my way, I'm gonna punch you right in the mouth. You know, I thought she was very attractive. And Susan Rice, I thought.
Okay, let me see Susan Rice.
Very attractive.
Hopefully, Susan Rice will do better than Condoleezza did, because Condoleezza didn't. Susan Rice. Susan Rice she's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Susan. Okay, Susan. Well, we don't. Maybe Susie hasn't just come out and said it yet. Maybe she's silent.
No,
Mum may be the word.
She looks professional. She looks like I ain't playing no games with you silly little boys. Yeah. Get yourself out of here.
I don't. True. It's just some women. Some are more attractive than others, and you know, some women. Just because you're attractive doesn't automatically mean you'll be sexually harassed or.
I find Condoleezza really attractive, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah. Maybe because I like strong, forceful women and stuff like that.
Maybe.
Yeah, but I think that comes and just shines on. I thought she was really attractive.
Okay.
Yep.
Troop has something for Condoleezza Rice. I'll leave her alone.
Wait, man, she probably beat you up.
She probably would. Maybe that's another reason why I don't like her. She probably shoot the fair one with me and win. So the story of the sexual allegations, I don't think is going anywhere anytime soon, but like all news stories, it will get old, it will reach its plateau, and then it's going to come back down a little bit. That's how things always go. They go to their height, which is where it is now, and then it kind of goes down a little bit, and then it meets on an even keel somewhere. Yeah. So as of right now, Russell Simmons and the rest of these men that are being accused of all these things is in trouble. Now, speaking of powerful black women. How black voters boosted Doug Jones to a win in Alabama.
You know, that was quite an exercise in a lot of things. Actually, it was an exercise for blacks to really take a look at the power that you have.
Yep.
And don't use it just because some you're being prompted by the white majority to use it. And that's what happened with the Jones thing.
Okay.
The prompt came from the white part of the thing to say, all right, you know, black voters and everything, let's all pull together and let's all get together because look at this guy they're running against and stuff like. So they did that. They formed a little union like this here. But it showed the actual power that you possess.
Yep.
Now, so stop not thinking that you don't have power. You know, this is an actual picture of power right here. Go on out there and do your thing. And now because this happened, the rest of the country with the black majorities and voters and stuff, come to realize if you want to influence local government, state government, federal government, you can do this.
Yes.
Stop making believe that this is something that can't be done, and stop hiding behind that the shade of racism. You know. Mm-hmm.
Well, in the closing days of Alabama's rancorous special U.S. Senate election between Doug Jones and Roy Moore, a procession of black politicians and celebrities descended on the state. Jones, a Democrat, stood shoulder to shoulder with Democratic former Massachusetts governor, your favorite, Deval Patrick, and Democratic Representative Terry Sewell of Alabama at a historic church in Selma, where more than 50 years ago, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. began his famous march to Montgomery. Democratic Senator Cory Booker of New Jersey rallied voters for Jones at Alabama State University, a historically black institution in Montgomery, and Senator Kamala Harris, a California Democrat, hit the Birmingham radio airwaves. There were appearances by the basketball star Charles Barkley and Orange is the New Black Star actor Uzo Aduba. Former President Barack Obama weighed in with a robocall. This one's serious, Obama said in the call, intended to specifically reach black voters. You can't sit it out. Yeah. That is the biggest statement made that I've heard. I hope people in Worcester learned from this, which we're sleeping. We're asleep.
We're laying down in graves and putting dirt all over the place and stuff like that.
Yep.
The mindset of some of the blacks in Worcester is so distorted. It's like you can't move unless some white person tells you it's okay.
Facts.
You know, yep. It's like, why?
Right.
You know?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, what makes you think just because they were born with a less melanin in their body than you, that makes them smarter?
Right.
It doesn't. You know, makes them more subject to getting sunburn, I guess. I don't know.
Take a bold step, people. Take that bold step. Yeah. Worcester Daily News reported that 98% of black women who cast ballots voted for Jones, as did 93% of black men. Yeah. Those 7% of black men that voted for Moore, Stone them. They should be stoned. How could you vote for Moore? Unbelievable, some of these people. But I'm glad that black people stood up. They used their voices, and I hope Barack Obama's words will sit well with them. You can't sit it out.
That's it. I hope they realize just what he said. You can't sit it out. And you don't have to sit it out. You have a powerful lobby. You have a powerful voice. Let it be heard.
Yep.
You know, let it be heard. And stop hiding behind this thing that somebody else has to give you the stamp of approval, not even approval, the stamp of, okay, you can speak. Why? You're smart. You know? Black people are smart. You know?
Yep.
Yeah, much smarter than they want to be, I guess. It's like, use that. And black people can think. They know what they like and what they dislike. If you dislike this thing, don't do it.
Yep.
If you like this thing, then do it. Come together, then go to, you don't have to go to all these kind of civic engagements and stuff like that to get your voice heard. Mm-hmm. There's only one day out the year really that you really have to come out and interact with people, and that's the day when you vote. Go on out there and vote. You can get all the information you want on the internet. And you can talk on the internet. You can talk on Twitter. You can talk to people from your bedroom.
Yep.
You know, and right there all day long, and then all you have to do is go out one day. And if it's raining and you don't go out, get an umbrella. You got all those other days to go purchase an umbrella.
Yep.
You know, it's like going out there, but you can make your voice be heard from the easy chair in your parlor. And you can become really aware of what's going on. I think that's a problem that needs to be now addressed to kill racism. Remember, folks, I want to kill racism. I'm tired of it. To me, it's boring.
Yep. So you have a voice, use it, and you can't sit it out.
You can't sit it out.
Speaking of Deval Patrick, Deval Patrick's brother-in-law, Bernard Sigh, S-I-G-H, I don't know, however you pronounce it in this English language, the way they pronounce names and words is beyond me. But anyway, the brother-in-law of former Governor Deval Patrick was ordered locked up for the next 4 months today amid sexual assault charges authorities say are very similar to the spousal rape he was convicted of in the 90s. Judge Martin Mark Coven said he believes C65 presents a very real, immediate, imminent, and clear danger, and ordered him held in jail for the next 120 days following a hearing in Quincy District Court.
There you go.
He is facing charges of assault to rape, as well as assault and battery on a household member. But prosecutors said Milton police are seeking to add far more serious charges, including kidnapping, witness intimidation, and rape.
Yeah.
He did not speak during the hearing, during which 2 Milton cops testified that his estranged wife returned home on Saturday after the two had agreed he'd leave the apartment they shared. Instead, he was hiding in her shoe closet, wearing only his underwear. And when she found him, he chased her down, grabbed her by the arm, and wrapped her in a bear hug as she screamed for help, according to police. At one point, the woman attempted to hit a security or a panic button installed into the apartment to alert the police, but Sy report physically stopped her, held his hand over her mouth, took her to the bedroom. After they talked for 2 hours, he then gave her 3 ultimatums, all of which would lead to sex. Police said they had sex twice, and she left the apartment the next morning, police testified. Joined by Patrick's wife, she reported the incident to police and checked into a hospital where she was diagnosed with a possible muscle tear in her arm. She admitted the two had sex, but he admitted that the two had sex, but denied putting his hand over her mouth or giving her any ultimatums. He had practice of sneaking up on the woman, prompting her often to check rooms and closets to make sure he wasn't hiding from her, she told police. Authorities said he also assaulted her in October. What is going on with men?
That's craziness. And stone them while you're lying.
That's right.
All the way to the jail.
Yep.
You give people in there some stones too. Please. That's abuse of power, that's craziness, that's all around nuts.
Yep.
And lady, don't let him back in.
I have some real questions, man. Like, if it was consensual, why did he have to take her stuff that belonged to her? Why did he have to take...
Obviously, she threw him out and he wasn't going.
Right.
You know? And
he figured sex would help them magically make up or magically change her mind.
Yeah, I'm great in the bed, so you're going to want to stay with me and stuff like that. Or some craziness like that. Who knows what was on his mind? You need to be stoned and locked up.
Yep.
You know, and abuse of power. He probably witnessed intimidation because of, his brother-in-law's title and sounded like they were well off anyway.
Yep. And it was very similar to the incident that led to his 1993 spousal rape conviction in California. Milton Police Detective Walter Piers said in testimony, police submitted a copy of the police report into evidence but did not describe that assault in detail in court, but it was eerily similar to the events that led to his arrest just yesterday.
Well, seems like, there's secrets that people don't tell their other people.
2000.
Anyways,
yep.
He need to go to jail. He's in where he needs to be. He needs to be in there. Then he needs to get a lot of help.
Yep.
A lot of help. That boy got oatmeal for brains.
In 2006, when Deval Patrick was running his campaign, it came and it was known that he failed to register as a sex offender.
Well, you need to pay for that penalty too.
Stone this man. Yeah. This is what I would call a cancer.
That's a cancer.
A cancer to society. When you have multiple incidents of not doing the right thing, which are really hurting other people, you should be stoned.
Yeah. Society needs to start returning to chivalry. That's what we need to. People are people. We need to start looking at people, not as sexual objects, not as toys to be played with, not as things to step over on your advance to some powerful position or anything. It's not a gender issue for looking at people with chivalry. Everybody should be looking at people with an opportunity to do something nice for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And no one has to know about it. But just looking at people just because, oh man, that looks good, I want that. It's like, really? There's how many billions of people on the world? You get exhausted walking around this planet looking at.
Yep.
You know, there's a lot of fine-looking, sexually attractive people out there. That doesn't mean that they want you
Yep.
or something, and it doesn't mean that somebody's looking at you just because you're sexually clad. You know, more likely a guys are big kids.
Yep.
Yeah, and the women. Sometimes women, if you're gonna, as far as I'm concerned, if you're gonna put all that stuff out there and everything to be seen, then you're gonna be seen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Being seen is okay.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. You can't control the mind of all these people that are looking at you.
Okay.
You know, you went out there and I believe that's all right. If you want to go out there and enhance your breasts or enhance your behind and put on real tight fitting clothes and everything so that somebody will pay attention and look at you, or just to measure your own self-worth or something like that, that's fine. But you can't say, okay, only every other third person can look at me.
Mm-hmm.
All the other people can't look. It's like it doesn't work like that. And you can't say, all you people, nobody can speak about the way I look. Doesn't work like that. This world, there's people out there that can't control their mouths. They don't have filters. There's predators out there, obviously, that are just looking for this type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're seeking out the places where the people go for these type of things. I'm not saying that, like, I'm in the gym a lot. So
yep.
I see a whole, just before the show, I showed you a couple of my friends, the mother-daughter team who did bodybuilding contests and stuff.
Yep.
I see them in the gym all the time.
And the daughter beat the mother.
And the daughter barely beat the mother.
I would have beat her when we got home. She was on punishment.
Yeah, they're professional bodybuilders. I see them in the gym all the time. One girl in the gym where I go to, she was the captain of the Patriots football cheerleading team.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a couple other cheerleaders that's in. These people work out hard all the time, and this is how they dress.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're in tight-fitting clothes and everything because they want to see. They're looking in the mirror at themselves all the time to see what's going on and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and to me, that's a fine place to do that. Everybody's in there for their own reason. Now, there's some people in there probably just in there looking at the girls and just, peeking around the equipment and stuff.
Right.
Sure there is, but not that many. You know, most of the people that's in there are in there to work out and everything. That's where you do it. But then, if you're going to go out and then you're going to go to the grocery store and everything, you might be still clad in your workout clothes and everything, and that's all right. But if this is the only clothes that you ever wear,
mm-hmm.
then, you're going to get looked at because you developed your body to such a state of perfection that it needs looking at.
Okay.
You can't feel good without getting looked at. It's like I did all this work and nobody's looking at me. Boy, that hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Well,
But you can't touch.
Right. So I mean, look.
Touch it.
I mean, and that's what these women are complaining about. Maybe a couple of them feel like sexual misconduct is a man staring at their blouse or staring as they bend over or something like that. Like what's the guy from Good Morning America? Matt Lauer. When what's her name, Meredith Vieira or whatever, was bent over and he said, "Stay like that, nice view." Now he didn't touch her, but that was still right. So yeah, even looking into, I don't know, just keep your eyes to yourself too, men. Gosh, are we really have that lack of self-control that we have to control how women dress, how they act, how they work out, how they present themselves in society now? Is that really it's their fault? They shouldn't dress like that. Like, really? You really can't control yourself?
I don't think. I think that we're developing as a nation that's has competition with stuff like this, and it's kind of. This is what we think about. Everything's a competition. We're measuring, you think I can score that? You think I can score this? We're looking at these women to try to score them. That's what the thing is with the men. And then I don't know how many, but lately it seems like I've been hearing the words on the TV, on the news, negotiation a lot. I think ever since Trump got into office, we've been using the word negotiation like people understand what it means. You know, it's like we've been talking about negotiating skills and negotiating this and then negotiate. This has become commonplace word now. Negotiation. You never really heard the word negotiation. I've been locked in negotiation before. Oh, no, I've been talking to this person before. Now it's like locked in negotiation. So being like that, we're always comparing. We're comparing everything. You know, you go out to the street and now you see a girl walk by, her in her 20s, clad like this here. You compare her to your wife, who might be in her 40s and stuff.
Yep.
It's like, what's this competition that we seem to have and everything, and then we talk it out. This is what I think, anyways, is starting to take place in here. And why? I don't know. Maybe because the construction guys aren't out there anymore. They've shaded off the construction sites, you know.
Yep.
Before, you couldn't walk by a construction site if you was a female. You knew you were going to get looked at.
Right.
You know?
So back to the black voters.
The black voting. That I like to talk about.
Yeah, let's talk about our black people. Because you know what I've learned from you? I've learned a couple things from you. One thing I've learned from you is that you are the perfect you. No one can be you better than you.
That's it.
That's one thing I've learned.
Yeah.
Like, someone could be a better boxer than I am. Someone could be a better runner than I am. Someone could be in better shape than I am. But no one can be a better will than me.
Exactly.
That's one thing I learned from you. Another thing I learned from you is victimization is the most annoying, daggone thing in the history of annoyances.
Yeah.
I wrote, this is what I wrote on Facebook. This is just 11 minutes ago while we were talking. I was so inspired by the story of how Doug Jones won in Alabama that I wrote this on Facebook. I love how I hope black people in Worcester learned from Doug Jones in Alabama. From the words of Barack Obama, you can't sit this one out. And 98% of black voters in Alabama made a change. You can make a change in Worcester. You want to know what the first black reply was?
What?
But is he gonna get anything done? Will we hold him accountable, or is he just an achievement?
Yeah, that was the victim.
Right. Be happy he won. We did something. We achieved something.
Or be miserable that.
Right. What?
But be something.
Yep.
You're a victim. You're totally a victim. What's in it for me?
Yep.
There's nothing in it for you.
Right.
Did anything to you're sitting back.
We're already. I mean, Moore hasn't even conceded yet. He still won't concede. He refuses to concede. Yeah. I don't know why he's refusing to concede and admit that he lost, but he did lose. Moore, Jones he hasn't even really officially, even though he's won, he hasn't officially won because there hasn't been no concession yet. And we're already looking at the negative.
Yeah.
What if he doesn't do anything for us? What if he's just a sellout? What if he's just an achievement? Oh my gosh!
I know it drives me crazy. And it's all that is victimization is stemming from a systemic understanding of racism. Blacks have taken this and put themselves in such a situation that racism controls their every existence.
Yes.
You know, and it's like, why? It's boring. Why do you really have to every day make sure that some other person is giving you an okay to be you?
And when someone does give you something, why is it hard? So difficult to look at it from a positive thing. Yeah. Why is it so difficult to just say, hey, thanks, I'm happy about this? There's a lot of people I'm friends with on Facebook, and you know the same ones that you're friends with. I can't remember the last time they posted anything positive.
Oh, they don't post.
I'm happy. Those words, I'm happy, hasn't come from any of them in so long. Oh my goodness.
They don't respond to my posts. They never like them, dislike them, or anything.
Right.
If you know, I really do like. negatives to me are something that I can use. I can use that to make changes within myself. If somebody doesn't like the way I think and stuff like this here, that's not going to change the way I think. But it's going to give me more insights into the way that other people think.
Right.
You know?
Let me show you the difference between our side or that side and like the alt-right. Not the alt-right, but the right side, the Republican side. Donald Trump called Jones and congratulated him. A very gracious phone call with President Trump, The Hill is reporting, in which the president invited him to the White House. Donald Trump didn't want him to win.
No.
But he won. So you know what Donald Trump did? I'm going to do something positive. I'm going to call him. I'm going to congratulate him. And I'm going to invite him to the White House. Let's look at the positive on this thing. Instead of just, oh my goodness, the world is over. I am Eeyore now. Oh my gosh, it's so sickening.
Yeah, it is. It's like Donald Trump. He's a negotiator, folks.
Right.
He's a big power kind of mogul who negotiates all the time. That's his power. He knows that Jones isn't always going to be on the side of the Democrat and the Independent and the liberals and stuff. And he knows that a lot of people aren't going to always be on the side of his thing. Donald Trump is well aware that the politics in this country has changed. You know, and he knows that in able to get some of the things that he thinks are important to get by for the people that voted for him, he's going to have to reach out to both sides, and he's willing to do that.
Yeah.
Because he knows that's what he needs to do.
Yeah.
You know, and he's willing to do that. And now the people aren't willing to accept anything unless it's something given to them. But they're not putting any energy for it to have anything.
Right.
And they just sit back and cry and they blame it on somebody else, and they have all these little arrows pointing, oh, this one did this to me, and it really hurt, and this is why I'm like this, and I can't do this because if, and all these words like this. And it's like, okay, erase, when did all this stuff start, and who did it start to? You.
Right.
What is the responsibility on you?
Yep.
You don't take any. You don't have any. Where's the measure and the line going to be when you finally say enough is enough? I don't want to do this. I want to do this. But they say you can't do this. What the hell do I care what they say? I'm going to go do this because this is what I want to do. When are you going to reach that line? And it's there, folks. All you have to do is be you.
Yep.
It's like you're not being anybody else. That's the problem. Be you. If you don't like eating broccoli, don't eat it.
Right.
It's okay.
Yep.
It's okay to be you. It's actually, for me, I want everybody to be themselves. That gives me more insights into different cultures and more looking at people as different ways of approaching life and stuff. It's great for me. It's a lot of energy out there.
Yep.
But to see a herd of people following behind another herd of people and everybody just walking in lockstep and nobody having an answer.
But it's weird because it's not even a herd of people following other people. It's a herd of people sitting behind the gate, waiting for one person to climb that gate to lead them all, instead of any of them saying, you know what, I'm going to get up, I'm going to get out, and I'm going to make certain change. Everybody's just sitting, complaining about the way things are, and not moving. Everybody's staying in the same place. All the sheep are just herded into one spot. Not one of them taking a step forward. They're all just sitting there like, we keep getting eaten by them wolves. I wish someone would do something about them wolves. And the wolves are continuously eating at them. That's exactly how we are in this country.
Yeah.
That's the state of black people in America. We are sheep sitting in one place while wolves come and pick us off all the time. And instead of us saying, maybe we should build a better fence, maybe we should do this, maybe we should do that. Oh, we'll say that. But, okay, so who's going to build it? I don't know. Why don't you build it?
Yeah, let's ask this white person.
Yeah.
We'll wait till the white person says, okay, you can come out now and build a better fence.
Yep.
It's like, Why? This is crazy. You know?
Yep. Worcester Daily News says Jones meeting with Trump is a great idea. As Trooper Joe said himself, he has to reach out to both sides.
He has to.
Yep.
And not only that, the president of the United States, it's kind of like a polite policy to meet with the new representatives and senators and all these people like this, because they all have to work together so that the people of the United States benefit. That's the bottom line. Mm-hmm. We control the country. Mm-hmm. We just have forgotten that.
Right.
You know? We're waiting for the country to give us something and control it. We're the engine that drives this country, not the politicians. The politicians are the ones who speak for us, because too many voices and then you can't be heard. That's just like Babel in the Bible, you know?
Yep.
There's too many. But
right.
The politicians, they speak for the people. And if you don't vote, folks, you don't cast your vote upon the water, you don't have a voice.
Right. and this doesn't it doesn't matter if you are a liberal or a conservative. Jones was elected from Alabama, conservative seat that Jeff Sessions held for years. Jones will be back up for re-election in 2 years, according to Worcester Daily News. Yeah. In 2 years, if Jones wants to win, he will need to appeal to not just Democrats, but also to conservatives.
Yeah, and folks, we got so used to using words. Democrats, conservatives, Republican, independent. What's the issues? We don't know what the issues are. We don't really know, oh, you're a conservative. What does that mean? Does that mean that you like milk on your Wheaties, or you just like a bowl of Wheaties and just eat them plain? You know, it's like, when it all comes down to it, whatever you like, it's just like a gumbo soup. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things going on inside a person that they really like. And just to limit yourself, well, I can only like this because I'm a Democrat. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm a liberal, so I can't like that.
Right.
Sure you can.
Yep.
If you want to. You know?
Well, a shout out to Ola Sani. He's tuning in from London, UK on Truth It in the AM. Appreciate it, Ola.
Yeah, we like that.
Yep.
Like that. Good luck over there with the brisket. How you say the brisket?
I don't know.
Brisket, the money changing they're going through over
there. Bitcoin?
They're going through some serious money changes over there. They're in a bigger state of confusion than we are.
Oh, Brexit.
Brexit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, all right, but they're making a move.
Right.
You know, they're making a move, and that's powerful.
Yep, it is. So, you know, hopefully us on this side of the pond can get it together like you guys have.
Yeah,
so
yeah, you know, there's a world out there.
Yes.
It's just, you know, that's so funny. People take and they start to really isolate themselves and stuff, the way their world becomes so small that they might walk down to the corner store.
Yep.
and never know that if you went to the next block, there's another corner store.
Right.
You know? Another corner store.
It's almost right. It's almost like that. Did you hear about the asteroid that came in from another galaxy? There's an asteroid that scientists are examining to see if it's really an alien ship, because it came from another galaxy and it's flat. It's the shape. This is real news. Stephen Hawking and other scientists are really examining this asteroid to see if it is a real asteroid or an alien spaceship, because it came from another galaxy.
It came from another galaxy.
This is where we are.
Yeah, it came from the galaxy of most stupid. If you can travel that far, would you come here? It's like, I wouldn't come here.
Okay.
It's like, this is boring here. I go someplace where it's more entertaining.
Yep.
You know, where there's more things that's going to spark my creativity or something. Because you're traveling intergalactically and stuff. I don't think you want to come down here where you gotta stay behind this fence.
Right.
Get eaten by wolves.
Yep.
Oh.
But yeah, that was one of the big news that an asteroid. The scientists are let me find it. Scientists are examining an asteroid to see if it is alien. Well, I don't listen, Troop. I can't make this stuff up.
No, just
In Greenwich, London, Trump will be banned from this part. Amid a debate in Britain over whether President Trump's invitation to visit the country should be rescinded over his inflammatory tweets, officials in the London borough of Greenwich took a preemptive action. He will be banned.
see, now you want to talk conservative.
Yep.
We're not conservative in this country. You go over to England, they're conservative.
Yep.
They got moral principles and they got an ethical standard that's ancient. We don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing about this country that we don't have. Even if we trace our culture back and our ethics, we're cowboys. We want to yell yeehaw and drive and ride on horses. Britain has this very aristocratic type of straight-laced type of walking type of thing, but that's what they've had forever.
All right, True. Unfortunately, we have to switch gears really quickly. Ola Sani has a question for us on something that we spoke about earlier, and that was about Russell Simmons. Are we pro Me Too, or do we see the logic in some of Russell Simmons' recent comments about trial by public opinion overtaking evidence legal process? Would be interesting to hear our thoughts.
Yeah.
Well, I'll start on this one. The answer is yes, to an extent, to both. There is no black and white on each of these things. I think each of these rape cases need to be examined by each particular case. For example, there were 50 plus women that came out against Bill Cosby. Of those 58 women, 4, I think the number is, 4 have been proven to be lies, to be made up, to be opportunistic cash grabs against Bill Cosby. 4 of them. One lady, she was in California. She said Bill Cosby was at a place where he really wasn't at the time, and Bill Cosby provided proof that he wasn't where this alleged rape took place. So you know what that woman did the day after? She put out a rap song dissing Bill Cosby the day after. So she was obviously trying to get music.
Yeah.
Do I think that a lot of the stuff that Bill Cosby did is real? Yes. Do I think everyone he did happened? No. So for those women that I do believe he had something to do with, I am pro Me Too about it. I do see the logic, but in Russell Simmons' account, I do see the logic in a lot of what he said. When he said that doing those things to women goes against the fiber of my being, I believe him. I don't believe that he raped these women. I don't.
I don't. Myself, I don't know. Do I believe he raped the women? I don't know. I know. I kind of always think about the Nuremberg trials and stuff. And there was a doctor during the Nuremberg trials, and his defense was, "I only killed one Jewish person."
Okay.
You're just as guilty as you killed 100. The number really doesn't add up. So Russell Simmons, if you raped one of these people that are putting all these charges and allegations against you, you have to stand accountable for your acts.
And you should be stoned.
You should be stoned. Yeah, but the other, the women. Do I think all the 9 of the women in there? I don't know. I would have to lean on the thing that there's some people that they think that they can be a predator and get into a system through this backdoor type of thing that's becoming available. All I got to do is say that somebody said that they inappropriately touched me on the behind and pulled my shirt, so they attempted to rape me. So, did they? I don't know. Is that attempted rape? Yeah, it's an assault. Yeah, so yeah, it's like my whole thing is, in today's world, and it's sad, you have to be on a defense against these type of things. And it's not new. When I was a sergeant back in those days, and the women were starting to come into the military, you came into my office, I hid behind my desk, and you leave the door open, and I'm I didn't want any of that nonsense around me.
Well, Troop, another thing is that you have to look at with these people is you have to look at the person being accused. So let's go back to Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby made jokes about giving women Spanish fly. He made jokes in his early comic tapes that came out in the 70s. He made jokes about giving women things that would kind of make them a little loopy, and then taking advantage of them. So Bill Cosby has a history. To me, he has something that kind of makes you say, yeah, I see it possible with Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Russell Simmons never in his history that I know of ever made any kind of statements or things or accusations or even jokes that would put out a rape culture.
But he just didn't he say he slept with a whole bunches of women?
Yes, they're sleeping.
Love them all.
I've slept with a bunch of women.
You know, it's like, I got a friend, he got a hooray for me wall. It's like an underwear wall.
A hooray for me wall?
Yeah. Look at me. He's a big old Navy SEAL, got all this little stuff up on the wall and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But it's all to get girls.
Okay.
It's all to get girls. We're a predatory thing like this, and sex has become the ultimate type of reward for men. And it's like, yeah, because we're outnumbered like 7-1, so you bound, you can be the blind squirrel. You're gonna find the acorn eventually. So it's like the more things you got to attract these women, the more you become famous in that world of status like that. There, so
that's very different from rape, though.
No. Who? He's a slut, my friend.
Being a slut and being a rapist are two completely different things.
Yeah, well, I'm not calling Russell Simmons a rapist then. I'm calling that he has to stand accountable. He has to go to court, and that's the sad part about it. He's guilty in the public eye until proven innocent. But he used his did he use his fame to try to seduce some of these women that he claims? I slept with many, many, many women. Yes. Does that make him smart? No. Does it make him stupid? No. It makes him playing a game just like my friend who uses his Navy SEAL type of thing with all his little medals and stuff to pick up chicks.
From a cultural standpoint, in American culture, that should not be an indictment on rape. It is an indictment.
It's not an indictment on rape. I'm just saying this is the society and the culture that we live in.
Right.
Yeah, we measure our work now, not by how much money we have and stuff. A lot of people can't. They know they're not going to get that money. They measure their worth by what materialistic things they have, or they measure their worth by how many women they see. He's measuring his worth by how many women he slept with.
Yep.
And is that rape? No. Is it something that can be used to somebody make an allegation in this world where you're not any longer innocent till proven guilty? You have to prove your innocence? No, you're giving them some kind of just enough to say this might be true.
Well, Olasani says some argue that this is the part of the feminine agenda to control the expression of male sexuality. I agree to an extent. The rape charges are serious. However, sexual harassment allegations are morally and legally murky. Very legally murky, but it still should be innocent until proven guilty. I know it's hard to prove rape. You can't just have a magical camera recording it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, to be so damaging to a man's life and to a man's career and to a man's livelihood and to all that he's worked for, you could work your whole life building an empire and have it taken away from one accusation.
Yeah, you can, and that's not right, and that's something that needs to be adjusted. And are there some women out there in some of these women movements that are just using anything available to them so that they can make gains in their careers or whatever their walk of life? Yeah, of course. Women don't work for women. Women don't like working for women.
Yep.
That's one of the reasons that there's not a whole lot of women CEOs and stuff. it's like, what? I'm not working for her.
Yep.
You know, she thinks she is.
So, Tavis Smiley. Look at Tavis Smiley. Is the media wrong in demonizing his consensual relations with his staff members, or are we going too far? Let me just say immediately, we are going too far.
There, yeah.
In the court now,
Yeah.
you are guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah.
And that's wrong. Because there might be some of these men who didn't do anything who are losing everything because of an accusation.
Yeah, some of these men that just one of the dumbest people I saw lost a whole bunch was Tiger Woods. It's like, you know, you play golf on all these playground areas and stuff like that where you got women just casting themselves at guys all the time, and you didn't have any defense against that.
You know what? If someone ever accused Tiger Woods of rape, I would believe him.
Accused him of rape.
But I'm saying if they did, I would believe him. You know why? Because Tiger Woods had fantasies about choking women while sleeping with them and doing all kinds of. He admitted this on tape.
It's like, I don't know. I'm losing faith in it.
Listen, when you are a powerful man, and you feel like you can't be touched, you do a lot of dumb stuff.
You say, yeah, I have fantasies about choking women.
Tiger Woods.
Tiger, yeah, you didn't say that till your daddy died, because I know your daddy, he'd have beat you with with a stick and stuff like that. I know your daddy would have done that. Tiger, you should be ashamed of yourself.
So here's the thing. So this is how it should be in a perfect world.
Perfect world.
When you are accused, if you come out and apologize like Kevin Spacey did, Kevin Spacey admitted to it. Like, what's the comedian? Louis C.K., the comedian, admitted to asking women to masturbate in front of him. When you come out and apologize, you should be demonized. If you are demonized. If you are Russell Simmons or Tavis Smiley, people who vehemently deny that they are guilty of doing any wrongdoing to these women, you should not be suspended from your job. They suspend people until the investigation is complete. You should not lose your job, and you should not have to step down from your businesses permanently because someone just accused you if you deny it, if you deny the allegations.
It's way beyond that now. It's just that tricky. The women now, like my man said, like they got an agenda to control everything that's going on. That's their. It's subtle at the moment, even though it looks as though it's really gross and big and behemoth looking. I got to use that word. But it's still subtle at the moment. They're trying right now. Not all women. Some women are very content with trying to make it on their own, but other women, they want to be in control of everything.
Now, we also accused the LGBTQ of trying to take over everything. And they had an experience. They really did, didn't they? They had the White House painted in a rainbow. Yeah, they did.
They did.
They did. You're right, they did.
Yeah. Is it a bad thing or a good thing? I don't know.
Right.
But they followed their agenda. They did what they do. And the women are doing the same thing. Their agenda, not all of them, most women may not even know the agenda exists. But they have this agenda. They want to be in the controlling seats.
Right. So Worcester Daily News says, remember that most of these guys have not even been charged in court, and they have only been accused by women and some men. That's it. They have lost their positions or status simply on allegations, and I 100% think that is wrong if they are denying it.
I agree.
But what's interesting about a lot of these accusations, the majority of these accusations, is that even Harvey Weinstein, Louis C.K., they've come out and apologized. They've come out and admitted that they've done it.
I mean, we believe that makes everything all right in this country. No, you've done these type of horrendous type of predatory things to another person in the, you need to be stoned. You know?
Yes.
If you didn't do anything, and you should stand firmly on your grounds and say, I didn't do this and everything. But it's not that simply black and white. Because there's a lot at stake that these people, this is just one little item. I don't know these people. I don't know them from dirt. I don't know their history. I don't know what they're like. Okay, they might think, yeah, I didn't do this to this woman. I ain't got time doing this. You see them 7 people that's in that grave over there? I put them there. There's the whole character of a person just isn't, it seems, because the way the news media and the way these allegations are being played and stuff, and all this one sexual thing seems to be the whole thing. Women, it seems to be pointed at, you can't look at women, you can't touch women, you can't speak to women.
Seems like that's
but
the
it's
agenda.
okay to go shoot these people over here because they're not women. Okay, I'll go shoot people. I can do that. I can steal, I can rob, I can cheat, I can do all these things, but I can't look at women because right now in the media and stuff, women are controlling the thing. I agree with the man from London that the women have an agenda to take over the whole world, and they're going to subjugate people. Bed will go down. We're out.
Well, you know what? Honestly, even because all I said, the timing of these allegations make me uncomfortable. For someone to suddenly go public with an incident that happened in 1984, 91, could scream an alternative agenda. Could they just be spiteful? I think it's more divisive than spiteful. But at the end of the day, unlike the majority of these women, these men, if any woman on this earth, on God's green earth, living or dead, accused me, truth it, of raping any woman, not only would I deny it, I would come out and say, I hope you burn in hell for lying. You are scum of the earth. How dare you accuse me of doing something like that? These men are apologizing. Even Russell Simmons. My recollection of the night is different than hers, but I'm sorry for her. No, I ain't sorry for nothing. You go straight to hell.
I'm right with you. You're an evil person.
Yep. Accuse me of something I didn't do.
That's right. I'll get a private investigator to dig dirt up on you about it, and I'll turn the tables.
Yep. Accuse me.
That's what I'm saying. They're not doing that. So do they have a skeleton in their closet on something? Maybe, I don't know.
Right.
They're protecting something to just say this, and everybody's just pointing at that one little item right here. Which ain't little, it's a big item and stuff, but that's all we're pointing at.
True.
And the rest of the world, you're black, you're still in America, you're waiting for some white person to let you out the gate. And we're not voting, we're not doing anything to further our agenda because we're not putting together an agenda. We don't have a solution to homelessness, drug addiction. It's rampant. We got people literally dying in the street, and we're worried about whether somebody I'll never even know looked at some girl's behind in his office while she was bending over.
Well,
I don't care.
Nope.
I care about all these people that's dying out here. It's cold outside.
Well,
and what do? They start to complain. Yep. The homeless people are coming in, taking advantage of us now, of the system coming in there. And when it gets warm, they're not going to come back and won't get any help and stuff. So we're complaining about
I'm one of those people that are complaining, truth.
It's like we're so schizophrenic, we don't know what's going.
So Olaf said, I smell an ulterior motive. This could either be a positive female sexual rights campaign or a campaign to knock powerful men from their high seats. Let me tell you, if that is their motive, mission failed. Because there's a big fish that they were looking for if there was an ulterior motive. The day after after Donald Trump won the presidency, there was the largest march in the history of the world, the Women's March, which rallied the flags and said they were going to take over. And they have been trying to take over ever since. However, there has been one person they failed to touch. There's accusers that's come out. There's accusers all over the news. But they have not touched Donald Trump yet.
So
mission has not been accomplished
but they
yet.
They haven't given up.
Oh no, they haven't given
they're
up.
Still trying to get to Donald and Don. And have you noticed, folks? You hardly see Donald Trump without his wife by his side.
Right.
All the time. Get over here, girl.
Yep.
Smile at the people.
All right, Troop. Well, unfortunately, it is after 11 o'clock, which means we've come to the end of our show.
That was a good one.
I did have fun today. We will be back Tuesday with Troop and Joe in the building. It might be your last episode on Truth in the AM, not in studio.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah.
Yep. So, well, we will.
But we gonna stay. We gonna stay with. I'm gonna stay with Truth in the AM. And Archangel will still be going on, but and then I'm gonna see if I can stay with Voice of the Voiceless.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see why I can't do the same thing that I do with Trooping in the AM,
right?
The Voice of the Voiceless, and stay with Voice of the Voiceless too, because I really feel a part of Worcester is in me and stuff. I feel like there's a lot of potential in Worcester for a lot of people to have a good life. I'm not going to say for them to be prosperous and have a lot of money and glory and all this stuff, but I think that Worcester's a city that's up and coming and is going to offer people a real chance at having a good life that they want. Mm-hmm. But they have to make it.
Right.
They at least have to identify what that life is, and they have to make it. And I think that Worcester it seems to be a place that can be done from.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Troop. So we will see you guys Tuesday. This has been your boy Truth It. We hope you enjoyed listening as much as we enjoyed bringing the show to you. I'll holla.
Yeah, and I'm Trooper Joe, and I want to have everybody to have that fun. I want to thank all the listeners who called in and all the prayers that they sent so I get better.
All right.